Introducing Curriculum by Pivotech. This is going to be a visual record of what builders are learning, reading, fascinated by, and building as they're working towards the goals that they have. As technologists, we're trying to create impact. We're trying to create things that are impactful and lovable and are a delight to use using technology. And we're trying to change the way we interact with the world and with one another. A curriculum is usually a list of the sources that's going to give you an education, right? But I thought recently, what are the things that builders are actually learning as they're going towards a particular goal? And I think the best way to show this is by using myself as an example. So first, what have I been learning? I recently got back from Money 2020 and I was fascinated by the idea of stablecoins, by the idea that suddenly I could have stable reserves of a currency. As someone who's Nigerian, I grew up there, I've witnessed how much inflation has eroded the value of money that I've had in the currency, and I've been wondering, how can I keep the value of my currency stable? Enter stablecoins. I actually got to see at Money 2020 what people were building stablecoins for, what the actual impact was. It wasn't some buzzword, it was actual technology being used, and I was fascinated by it. A few days ago, I came across this course by Encode called Programmable Money. And I immediately said, yes, this is what I need to learn to understand more about this, to know, okay, how would I build something that would allow me to immediately store my Naira in a stable currency and then pay out in Naira still. So I'm learning, okay, what are the bits and pieces of this technology that would help me to build this end thing? This has now become part of my curriculum. So let's go into the next thing. What am I building? Recently, I've been working on an app for Pivotech's Demo Day, a consumer app to help me play social tennis. I enjoy building this right now because it's something that I am learning, I'm building and using myself and testing it out. And I've been learning how to build delightful consumer products. Now, historically, I've done a lot of B2B, of building things for businesses. But when you're designing for people, for individuals that will actually use you, it is entirely different. It's entirely different in how you want it to become, for lack of a better word, viral. How do you want this to be spread? How do you want someone to enjoy using this? What's the behavior they have now? And what's the behavior you want them to have after using your product? How do you want them to feel using it? I've been doing a lot more of consumer thinking, especially since I've been building for myself and the other people that I play tennis with. So there's learning and there's building, but then there's also what brings out the curiosity and excitement in you as a technologist, as a builder. What is inspiring you? What is making you excited? What is fascinating you? Now, for me, I have been incredibly excited and fascinated about Partiful's crush feature. And hear me out, it's because it's an adjacent and intuitive and like a duh feature. Like, yes, they do have the people on the app who are hosting parties. You do get people meeting in real life, interacting. And after that, they might like someone and might want to know how to tell them. I love when a company says, I think we already have a platform that we can use to go into this adjacent market. And they're not going into dating, but they're facilitating the natural outcomes that come from the environment that they choose to play with. So if they host parties and events, if they allow people to host parties and events and people interact there, now they have a feature that could help people interact in a different way, if you get what I mean. If you like someone, crush on them. And if the person likes you back, they'll crush on you too. And that's when you know that it's a match, or the crush is connected. And even the designing of it is so intuitive and it's smart. It's knowing that you don't want to reveal who likes who before the other person says, I like this person back. And that also maintains the privacy while letting two people who are destined to be together to actually connect. I like it. It's fun and it's making me think about how to inject those moments of delight, how to open the side doors in the products I'm building when I already have the user base, the moats in a sense. How can I expand into adjacent things while building? And finally, what have I been reading? And this is an exciting one because I love reading, especially when I get the time to sit down and digest a book and underline and do all these things that make me absorb the knowledge. So I've been reading 2 books. First, Supremacy by Parmi Olsen. And this is a retelling of the AI race, right? I think we're still in the middle of it. The different AI houses, that's how I like to call them, have been releasing their models, features, their perspective on what this intelligence as infrastructure and a utility, what this will do to the world. But in this book, I get to see how the founders of these different houses, the founders of these different companies, OpenAI, DeepMind, how they were able to communicate their vision to people who then believed in the vision and decided to build with them. I'm learning how to share a vision with equally ambitious people, more ambitious people, and going after things that seem seemingly impossible. Because even in building these LLMs, in using transformers, when the transformer was discovered or the paper came out, there wasn't much use being put to them in the way it was now. And that makes me think about what technologies are out there that I am not taking good advantage of, or what technologies are out there that if we utilize them better, if we utilize the features, like when they were using, and there's a part of the book that talks about using, about how the NVIDIA chips that the models were being built on had way more capacity than they were being used for at the moment. So it actually makes me think, where can I find that in the world? Where is this arbitrage that I can make to actually take more value than is being taken or gained? I'm also learning about the long term. I'm learning about vision, about the long term, and really a lot about teams. And I feel like I'm there with them as these discoveries are coming up. I'm reading and I'm seeing when the GPT models started giving useful, like actually interesting responses. And I'm excited as well because I know like that things have grown since then, and I'm like, just you wait. So it makes me see my own journey and say, just you wait. There's still so much to do and so much to build, and just have those visions, build with ambitious people, and go after it. Second, I'm reading Build, ironic, I know, by Tony Fadell, and this has been such an insightful, inspiring book. It's been such an insightful and inspiring book about building, about the mistakes he made and the approaches towards building, about how you can sometimes build something because you're a geek and you want to just enjoy the technical challenges of building. But is what you're building actually solving a problem? Is the market ready for it? Are you actually looking for the, how would I put it, the wedge that you can build something for someone that will make them have enough value that you can expand into other things? So it's all these perspectives around building, getting teams together, getting ambitious co-builders together, working on things with a long-term horizon, but also saying that it's possible that there's so much I don't know yet, but if I keep working on it, I keep building, more of this will come to me. So that's what I've been building, learning, fascinated by, and reading. Now, over the next few, well, maybe months, weeks, I'm going to be sitting down with more technologists to ask them what's their curriculum. And after this, I hope to inspire more people to say the ambitions I have, how can I get the information, the knowledge, the skills so that I am better equipped to go after this thing. And remember, it's never just curriculum just for the sake of it. You're not just reading and amassing information. It's all building this person, this technologist who is better able to go after the things that you want to go after. So I'll leave you by saying this. What's your curriculum?